Can introverts buy businesses? In this video, I'll be talking about why buying businesses is one of the best things that you can do as an introvert, and you can buy businesses as an introvert. So, believe it or not, I'm an introvert. Without a doubt, I don't like large crowds. I don't like large situations. I don't like situations with lots of people. If I'm in a gathering, you won't find me being the loudest person. Now, introverted people are very, very good business buyers, and you don't have to be an extrovert to buy a business. Now, do extroverted skills help you in buying businesses? In some ways, yes. In some ways, it doesn't matter, right? The only way extroverts actually benefit over introverts is maybe having that radiant personality which people can go and look out to. I'm not going to lie, I will say that extroverts have an easier time buying businesses because they're able to attract attention to themselves. But most people are introverts, and I'm an introvert, and I am proof that you can buy businesses as an introvert. Now, introverts have very, very good analytical skills, and if there's one thing that you need when you're buying businesses, it's analytical skills, because there's so many things that you need to do when you're buying a business. Of course, there's 7 steps to buying a business. I have a free guide in which you have the 7-step blueprint to buying your first business. It's a free guide. You can go and download it and check it out. But introverts are very, very good at analyzing things, and that is one of the key advantages that you have when you're buying a business. Now, buying a business is actually a one-person to one-person deal. You think about a business, and let's say, for example, there's a business that's got 150 employees, and you want to go and buy that business because it meets your criteria. You've got the investors backing you, you've got lenders backing you, you've got the money to go and do that kind of deal. You're thinking, 150 people, do I have to speak to 150 people? No, you don't have to speak to 150 people. And in fact, it's to your detriment if you go and speak to 150 employees. All you have to do is you have to speak to the business owner to get the deal done. And most of the time that business owners are one person, sometimes it can be 2 people. I don't actually advise that you go and buy businesses where you have 5 shareholders of the business, because it's just going to be a real difficult situation when you're doing negotiation. So buying a business is actually a one-person to one-person job, one-person to one-person deal. And therefore, it makes it easier for you to deal with that kind of situation, because you're one-on-one with a person, and you can negotiate, and you can talk with, and you can deal with that person one-on-one. And in addition to that, maybe you need to speak to a few key managers in the business, because they're going to be the ones that you might interact with. Ideally, you only have one person that you interact with, maybe 2 people that you interact with in your particular target acquisition once the business has been bought. And over time, you're going to hire a team in which, in fact, you don't even have to deal with those people after the business has been purchased. But dealing with only a very few select people, even though it might be a 150 employee business, is one of the benefits of buying businesses, and any introvert can do it. Now, the other thing is that once the business has been purchased, business buyers, people who work in M&A, they normally become owner investors. And that helps you in avoiding large crowds and avoiding dealing with lots and lots of people. Think about it. If you're working in, if you're working in sales, or you're working in customer service or something like that, you're having to deal with so many different people. It might be not a one-on-one situation, but you could be selling one to many, right? And how do introverts normally manage and cope in those situations? Not very well, or it's very difficult. When I'm in front of a large crowd, I'm very conscious about what's going on in my mind. And I have all of these scenarios that come up in my mind, and I think, right, what's going to happen if I say this? What's going to happen if I move my arm like that? It's like, really, you become so self-conscious when you're doing one-to-many situations. But buying businesses, when you're only dealing with 1 or 2 people at a time, it's the ideal situation for an introvert. So when you become a business owner and an owner investor, you're only dealing with a few people, and that helps with your introverted anxiety, as they call it. And for me, for example, I work from home, where I feel most comfortable, and I feel in a good, comfortable environment where I can carry on doing the things that you need to do. Remember, when you're a business owner and an owner investor, all you need to do is you need to look at the key KPIs that are set out for the success of your business, for your acquisition that you've just bought, or multiple acquisitions that you already own. So you can do that from anywhere. You can be sitting at home where you feel comfortable. You can be sitting in a cafe. That's not an ideal situation for an introvert. When I've got people around me, I feel like, okay, maybe this person's looking at me or whatever. But in any case, I just feel comfortable at home. But you can do it from anywhere. So number one, you've got location freedom. And number two, you can do your work from where you feel more comfortable. Doing deals is actually the best job for an introvert, because once you've done your deal, you've got a revenue stream, you've got an income stream that comes from that business. And again, if you're managing the KPIs from afar and ensuring that those KPIs are hit, then you've got income streams where you can just work in your comfortable environment and you don't have to put yourself in uncomfortable environments. One of the key benefits that I've seen in my life is that I can work on the things that I want, and I can work on the things that I like, and I can give to other people the things that I don't want to work on and I don't like working on. Because once you buy a business, you're buying a team with that. When you're not buying people, of course, but you're buying a business with a team in it. So if you see, that's why you should only buy good, high quality businesses, because then there's team members on which you can utilize. They're like, I like doing this, I'm going to continue doing this. I don't like doing this, and that person is the person that I'm going to hand this job to. Now, there's principles as to who you can hand jobs to and why you might want to hand a job to that person, but that's not the topic of this video. But in any case, the one thing I want to pass a message on to you is that if you're an introvert, you can do business acquisitions, you can buy a business, and in fact, I would argue that it's one of the best things that you can do as an introvert. So if you want to find out more, again, continue to watch videos on this channel, and I have the free blueprint to buying your first business.